Hi, my name is Adari P.T. Brown. Here to talk to you about the City of Detroit Charter. The Charter Commission has proposed this charter revision, and not many people in the City of Detroit are talking about it. I've taken the time out to review it. Have not gone completely through it, but some things that I want people to recognize. First off and foremost, vote no on November 8th to this charter revision. Because the reason why I'm going to say vote no is because when I look at the first thing that's a glaring out of me is we are putting the power of who's going to be the city council president and city council vice president. We're taking out of the hands of the voters and putting it in the hands of elected officials. Meaning, let's say the mayor is removed from office, similar to what happened with Kwame Kilpatrick. Then the citizens of Detroit did not vote for the city council president, so the current city council president could be someone with the least amount of votes. I thought the whole reason for council by district was to have an elected official in your district to represent you on city council. The two at-large appointees, you're running for those posts because you're trying to get on city council in a citywide election. So if you're 1 and 2, you automatically get those seats. And if you're 1 and 2, then you should be city council president and vice president, or city council president and president pro tem. But the Charter Commission thinks otherwise. Why? Makes no sense to me. If you want to be city council president, run for at large. And if you get the most votes, you city council president. And if you finish second, you city council president pro tem. That's what the at large position should be for. Going further into the Charter Commission, another thing that stands out. You have a residency, you state in the Charter Commission that you have a residency requirement for elected officials to stay in the city for, or the district they plan to run in for at least 1 year. However, when you look at the residency requirement for city appointees, you don't have that. That means a city appointee can stay anywhere they want because of state law, but then at the same time you get redundant and says that it still gives the right to the city of Detroit to require a residency requirement. Make your mind up, because the way it's written is not in stone that you have to stay in the city of Detroit to be a city appointee, which by state law you really don't. Just like to work for the Detroit Police or Fire Department, you don't have to stay in the city of Detroit whatsoever. Understandable. But I do encourage people to really read this Charter Commission revision, because a lot of the things in here, good stuff. But then at the same time, when it comes to recalling, it doesn't add any specific type of requirements for the recall, the process, or anything. And in fact, it doesn't really give a full-blown outright definition on what you can recall someone for. But it does give a lot of definitions on what forfeiture of elected offices is for. And it gives a lot of information on how a city appointee who is at the pleasure or leisure of whoever appointed them, what they can lose their job for. But when it just recalls, it gives no specific guidelines. So I asked for that to be added. But like I said, I haven't finished reading it all, but I'm going to go through this and continue to read. And the more I read, the more angry I get, because it's clear as day that if we are to change our city for the better, we can't just vote for this. And over the years, we have voted for charters and voted them down. So I encourage everyone on November 8th, vote this charter down, and let's have more time to extensively research it. And I encourage pastors and unions to read this charter and talk to your members about it. Don't simply allow a piece of legislation to be voted in without us really going over it. So vote no on November 8th to the Charter Commission revision. I'm Adari P.T. Brown, and this is my perspective.